Hey, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. We're going to keep it the same today with a little twist. We're still going to be talking about the Sacramento area, but what I want to talk about today, if you're not from this area and you're thinking, what other places around Sacramento can I live? I got something for you. Today we're going to be talking about the city of Elk Grove. Now in the Sacramento area, there's plenty of cities that are surrounding Sacramento that you may be interested in if you're going to move to this area. You have Roseville, you have Rockland, El Dorado Hills, Folsom, you have Rancho Murieta. There's plenty of cities in the area that you can check out. But one of the best, in my opinion, and one of the fastest growing is going to be Elk Grove. Hey, if you're looking to move to the Elk Grove community, make sure that you call this number that's popping up on the screen, send me a text, shoot me an email. As much as I like making these videos, I love more to help you with your real estate needs. Let's jump on a quick Zoom call so we can discuss what your strategy is and what your plan is, what your timeline is, what your budget is, so that I can get to work for you and make your move an easy transition. So today we're going to talk about employment in Elk Grove. We're going to talk about schools in Elk Grove. We're going to talk about the food in Elk Grove, the shopping in Elk Grove, everything you need to know about Elk Grove. And I'm not going to lie, today I had planned on doing a great map video for you, but I just couldn't figure it out. I'm going to be honest. I've never done a map video before, and I tried, and I couldn't get it done. So I'm going to do my best just to describe to you where Elk Grove is. If you've ever been to Sacramento, then you know it's just south of Sacramento. If you've never been here, if you are in downtown Sacramento, it's going to take you about 15 or 20 minutes to get to the heart of Elk Grove going south on either I-5 or Highway 99. So Elk Grove is the first city that you're going to run into if you're heading south on I-5 or Highway 99. It's about 15 or 20 minutes from the center of downtown Sacramento. One of the reasons that many people are moving to Elk Grove is because of the school districts. Elk Grove has an A+ rated school district from elementary school all the way through high school. The Elk Grove School District is rated number 2 in all of California for diversity. Elk Grove is a very diverse community, and the school districts reflect that. So if you're looking for culture, you're looking for diversity, and you're looking for a good education for your kids, Elk Grove is a great spot to be for that reason. And also, you're just going to find great schools. The athletic programs are very good in the Elk Grove School District. You have a lot of professional athletes that come out of some of the high schools in this area. Sacramento in general is known for having great high school sports, and Elk Grove is no different. And one thing I can say about the Elk Grove School District is I'm not just talking in theory, because all of my kids have graduated from Elk Grove high schools, and I think they turned out all right. Pretty good kids. So yeah, I can attest, not in theory, but in actuality, that Elk Grove School District is a really good school district. So if that's one of the things that's important to you when you're moving to the Sacramento area, school districts, then you're definitely going to want to check out Elk Grove. All right, let's talk about the cost of living. Now, the cost of living in Elk Grove is about 127% of the national average. So what that means is we're about 27% higher than the national average. However, we are 15% lower than the California average. So the cost of living is still pretty good in California when you're talking about cities. If you're going to be down in the LA area, or if you're going to be down in San Francisco, you're going to be paying a tremendous amount more. So Elk Grove is about 15% lower than the California average. So as far as cost of living in Elk Grove, you're going to be all right compared to some of the bigger cities in California. If you want to look for a place that's great to live, cost of living is fairly reasonable, California standards, then you're definitely going to want to look at Elk Grove for school districts, cost of living. Now, Elk Grove is no exception when it comes to the cost of living when you're talking about gas prices. Gas prices are extremely high, as they are in all of California. So if you're coming from the Midwest, or if you're coming from the East Coast, you might get a little sticker shock when you first pull up to the gas pumps in California, and Elk Grove is no exception to that. We have really high gas prices. The national average on gas could be $3.50. We haven't seen that out here in years. So just know that if you are coming to California, if you are coming to Sacramento, if you are coming to Elk Grove, the gas prices are going to be higher. Your taxes are going to be higher. They have so many different gas taxes out here that for some reason they don't have in other states. Still can't figure out why. But yeah, cost of living, you're going to want to consider gas. You're going to want to consider food prices. Food prices are getting really high out here, especially now that they've made it mandatory that fast food restaurants are paying their employees $20 an hour. I was really shocked when I got my granddaughter a Happy Meal the other day. I had to confirm that they only charged me for a Happy Meal when he told me the price. So consider gas, consider taxes when you come out here, and consider the cost of food when you come out here. But it's not exempt anywhere in California. So don't think it's just Elk Grove. Anywhere you go in California, you're gonna run into higher prices than you would nationally. So what can you do in Elk Grove? Elk Grove is a small city, only about 175,000 people in Elk Grove, but Elk Grove is growing. So in a small city, what do? If you really want to do some things, you're probably going to have to go into Sacramento. It's only going to take you about 15 or 20 minutes. But some of the things you can do in Elk Grove is very family friendly with a lot of parks, a lot of walking trails, pretty walkable neighborhoods when you're in the neighborhoods. Now, if you're going to want to get to restaurants and shopping, then you're going to have to jump in your car. But other things to do is there's plenty of sports activities. It's an outdoor community. There's plenty of soccer, baseball, football, any sport you can think of. It's played out here in Elk Grove. So there's no shortage of things for kids to do. As far as adults and nightlife, crickets. There's no nightlife in Elk Grove. I mean, yeah, you have your bowling alley, you know, there's axe throwing, but as far as if anyone's coming out here to live a fast-paced nightlife, Elk Grove is not going to be for you unless you're okay with driving into Sacramento, which, like I said, is only going to take about 15 or 20 minutes on the freeway. But if you're looking to have a nightlife where you can just step out in your own city, Elk Grove is not the place for you. What you can do in Elk Grove is eat. There are plenty of restaurants in Elk Grove, from your small local mom and pop. I hope you guys can hear me, but there's a fighter jet flying overhead. I can't see it because of the sun, but I saw it over there. Yeah. There used to be military bases around here. They've turned them into kind of regular airports now, but every once in a while they do keep a military jet around for training. So we hear that around here anyway. Back to what I was talking about, the food. In Sacramento or Elk Grove, you are going to have plenty of places to choose from. So there's plenty of food places to eat in Elk Grove. One of my favorites is going to be Mikuni's Sushi Restaurant, locally owned by Taro Arai. Really good dude. He has several Mikuni restaurants in the Sacramento area, and he happens to have a location in the Elk Grove area. So me and my wife frequent that spot a lot. If you're looking for 5-star steakhouses and things like that, then you're not really going to find those around here. You're going to find more national chains, small local mom and pops, coffee shops, those types of things in Elk Grove. But there is no shortage of food. There's a lot of variety, a lot of culture, different ethnicities. If you're a foodie and you like different styles of food, then you're definitely going to be winning in Elk Grove. Just about every ethnicity you can think of has a restaurant in the Elk Grove area. And you're going to find those restaurants, not too many standalone restaurants, more like in the strip malls, but they are out here and you will find them. So let's talk about the weather in Elk Grove. This is March weather. Tomorrow is April. Yeah, it's actually Easter Sunday right now. But I want to get this video done, so I came out to do it this morning. So yeah, the weather in Sacramento and Elk Grove is great. This time of year, it's a little cool in the mornings, warms up into the 70s. We've had a little rain the last couple of days, but I think that's going to go away. So if weather is your concern, what do you like? Do you like snow? We don't have it. Do you like hot weather? We have it. Elk Grove weather is going to be very similar to Sacramento weather because the two cities are connected and very close in proximity. It gets into the hundreds in Elk Grove. Definitely days above 110 in Elk Grove. Not many. We have lows down into the Usually we get down into the 40s, sometimes in the 30s, maybe high 20s, but not very often in the winter time. But in the summertime, it's going to be scorching, and you're going to want to enjoy the new water park that they built out here, a little aquatic center over at District 56 Community Center. There's a water park, and there's plenty of waterways around the greater Sacramento area for you to get out and enjoy the nice weather that we have out here. This weather is perfect for getting out and walking. In Elk Grove and in Sacramento in general, there's plenty of walking trails if you like to get out and walk or ride your bike. Definitely an outdoor friendly city. All right, now I'm going to give you what you came here for. We're going to talk about housing in Elk Grove. But before we do, just remember, if you want more information about Sacramento, the city of Elk Grove, or what it would take to purchase a home out here, as much as I like making these videos, I like even more helping you with your housing needs. I am a licensed real estate agent, so call that number that you see on the screen, or send me an email, shoot me a text. I will be the one responding. Would love to help you with your housing needs. Now let's get back to the last topic, housing. So what's it going to take to purchase a home in the Elk Grove area? Well, it just depends on where in Elk Grove you want to live. The average cost in Elk Grove is going to be between $550,000 and $600,000. Just depends. Houses are going up and down right now. As you know, the market's a little bit crazy right now, but just know that if you want to be in Elk Grove, you're probably going to be spending over $500,000 and up. You know, $300,000, $400,000 is really not going to get it done in Elk Grove. So you're going to be spending about $500,000 plus. And there's many different areas in Elk Grove that you can live. There's 3 zip codes. 95624 is going to be kind of your older side, and that's actually where old Elk Grove came from, is the 95624. And some of those properties were built in the early 1900s, and some even sooner. You know, I believe Elk Grove was established in the 1800s, 1875, but don't quote me on that, somewhere around there. And you should see some of old Elk Grove in this video. I went through and got some footage of that for you. They've kept some of the historical buildings in place. Obviously they've been revamped so they don't fall over, but you're gonna see that. And you know, Elk Grove has a diverse style of home. You're gonna find some of the older homes that were built in the early 1900s over in old Elk Grove. We still have, and I struggle saying this very simple word, rural. Let's just say country. There's still some spots out here that you can find some land and country. Although the area is growing, you can still find that out here. Not a lot. You know, if you're looking for a space with some kind of acreage and land, you know, you're going to want to be probably on the older side, 95624, and that's the east side of Elk Grove, where there's still the rural properties, country properties that are going to give you the land. 95758, 95757, those areas are newer. And when I say newer, probably started being built in the late 80s, early 90s up until now. Elk Grove is really booming with new construction. We just recently got a new casino built out here over the last couple of years. New community center, District 56. So the area is really growing. Typical neighborhood is going to look like that back there, if you can see that. Kind of what the newer neighborhoods are looking like. I'm actually standing in a newer neighborhood right now. You know, but you're going to find many different styles. You can even find some older mid-century modern designed homes in Elk Grove. But Elk Grove is really on the rise. Back in the 90s when I graduated high school, I'm confident that there was less than 100,000 people here, probably more like 70,000 people here. Now we're at 175,000 out here. So the city is really growing. New construction's really growing. If you want to do new construction, let me know, and I can get you information on what it takes to buy new construction out here. Hey, if you're going to be coming to Elk Grove, one thing that you are going to want to do is check out Oldtown Elk Grove. It's just a small section of Elk Grove, but it's pretty unique in the sense that they have kept a lot of the buildings that were built in the 1800s, early 1900s. So it's just pretty cool to come take a look at it. Obviously there's new shops in there now. The buildings have been refurbished, but on the outside they've kind of kept that old look from the early 1900s, late 1800s. But you'll want to see all the new shops. There's some novelty shops, you know, hair shops, restaurants, bars, You'll have to make sure you go by the brewery out there. That's one thing that Elk Grove does have a lot of is breweries, so make sure you check those out. But you're definitely going to want to go through Oldtown Elk Grove, just a small strip in the area, and check out some of the unique shops that we have here. Right now, I think new construction could be your best bet if you're coming out to Elk Grove, because they're growing so much and because the state of the housing market. The builders out here are offering the best incentives, the best rates as far as interest. They're giving lower rates. They're giving money for closing costs. A lot of family-friendly parks. I'm actually standing in one of the parks now on Easter Sunday. Let's kind of pan around. We have beautiful parks in Elk Grove. Definitely one of the best is going to be Elk Grove Park. And I was actually planning on filming at Elk Grove Park today, but because it's Easter, there were thousands of people up there. It is a very large park, beautiful park, with a man-made lake, plenty of things to do. So yeah, if you're planning on moving to Elk Grove or to the Sacramento area, you definitely want to check out Elk Grove. It's a very diverse community, very fast-paced, growing community. It's growing day by day, week by week. It's getting larger and larger. A lot of businesses are moving out to the Elk Grove area. So definitely should put that on your radar if you're coming out here. You know, and like I said, the school districts, they're A+, you know, so if you have kids and that's a concern of yours, you're definitely going to want to check out Elk Grove. Cost of living compared to bigger cities, San Francisco, LA, Elk Grove, you know, is going to be another reason why you want to look at it. Did an open house yesterday, met several people from the Bay Area. The house that I was in was listed at $830,000. So I asked a few people that came in from the Bay Area, what would this house cost in your area? Both of them laughed and said easily $2.5 million in the Bay Area for the house we were at, listed in Elk Grove for $830,000, just to kind of give you a perspective of the different types of pricing. So hey, we would love to see you guys again. Check out our channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so we can bring more valuable content to you. And like I said, I'm a licensed real estate agent. Much as I like making these videos, we'll love more to help you with your real estate needs. So contact me with the number you see, and I'll see you guys around.